3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are clear. Ready to go live in 5, 4. Cue the talent. 3. Hey, I said cue the talent. 2 and 1. Attention hobbyists, sports fans, and collectors nationwide and abroad. It's time to get hype. Come on. About the hobby we are all a part of. Live from the Mojo Break Studios, it's Dan and Doug. Check it out. Come on! So, get hype. Be hype. This is The Hype.
What is going down, everybody? It's time for The Hype, episode 54. Thanks for joining us here at mojobreak.com. You can find this show on YouTube and on iTunes podcast, so thanks for joining in. We got a lot of stuff today. Certified football breaking today. Unparalleled is pretty much sold out. We've got some Chrome baseball, some Immaculate, so check it out at mojobreak.com. And I feel that we're at a spot where football is finally here. I wanted to share with you guys a story this morning at Starbucks. That I was with my 2 children going through the drive-thru, because that's what you do when you have kids. You don't take your 2 kids out to get coffee. And basically, I was paying with my card, and the lady looked at me and she said, "You guys got lucky, and you guys got one." And I'm like, what, huh? And I realized I was paying with my 49er card. And I'm like, yeah, we won. It was a preseason. She's like, yeah, we got one too. We got one win. I'm a Raider fan. And I'm like, man. That's how much we were craving for football, that people were looking at preseason as a win. I'm like, I want to know how many times teams were 0-4 in the preseason and went to the playoffs. It probably happened quite a lot. But this was a casual fan, and I'm like, I don't take preseason for anything. It's just trying to work out the kinks. But casual fans, big win for them, and good for them as well, and good for all you football fans out there. Dan, what's going down?
I don't know, man. It's a big win for the Niners.
Nick Mullins,
Jimmy Garoppolo now 7-0 as a starter, because he did start the game.
Yeah, he did.
He had no bearing on winning the game. He didn't do anything to win the game, because that was all Nick Mullins. I think we have a quarterback controversy in San Francisco. The real talent, third stringer. The guy's a beast.
Nick Mullins.
Nobody even knew who he was till this week. Now there's a quarterback controversy.
Collect them all.
I was
Starbucks ladies in the next.
Was at an
slide,
amusement park, and I was walking around, and I saw a couple Nick Mullins jerseys.
Did you?
Nope, but you could imagine. It is the Bay Area.
Well, there is some drunken Millers out there as well. Were you happy with your Raiders win?
Is that the lady who was helping you out at the old Starbucks?
It's a kind of a simulation, but yes, similar.
She's stoked.
She was a Raider fan. She's happy.
Raider fan.
Just like C-Rad. He's happy as well.
I'm happy anytime the Raiders win. You know what I'm saying?
So, C-Rad.
Yes.
We got the big game this week.
Oh, that's the easy one.
Raiders, Rams.
Oh.
We're going to get them out quick.
At home.
At home here or at home in L.A.?
At home in L.A.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where I am. That's where my home is.
SoCal Dan.
You
guys got to put something on the line here. I know it's preseason, but let's make this interesting for next week.
Let's see. Case of flawless.
No. The loser has to record a song.
Oh
about the other team.
Dude, I got the flu. I may have the flu next week.
Well, Dan had to sing "Genie in a Bottle" one time, I think, for a bet.
Yeah,
so
let's.
It could just be like a 30-second song.
No. Do I have to sing?
You could sing.
Could I do an instrumental?
You can hum.
But how would you?
Hum, baby.
How would you instrumental the Raiders? The Raiders theme.
No,
song?
I'm gonna do.
Raider Nation.
I'm gonna do a little cajon. It's a box drum, and I'm gonna play it, and I'm just gonna chant, like have a Raiders chant, like, "Let's go Raiders! I love the black hole. Go Chuck! Go
You already
Chuck!
just put it out there. Let's go black hole. That could be taken out of context there.
Let's go black hole."
But by the way, the black hole is a area of fans at the Raider Stadium. If you didn't already know,
No, it's actually the whole stadium.
it's just a black hole.
Just that's the Oakland Coliseum.
Well,
O.co.
Good thing they weren't playing.
Is it still O.co?
I think so. Yeah, it is. It's still O.co, but good thing that they're not playing in Oakland because they may, Marshawn Lynch may run into Matt Olson somehow while they're playing the game, because they may have an A's game, they may have a Raider game going at the same time. They're the only shared stadium in all of sports, so you gotta check. With
Nothing
the schedules.
says pro football like having an outline of a baseball infield at the 20-yard line.
They should just at half just play a baseball game out there at the same time. Just
They could
like a home run derby or something.
Little doubleheader.
Black hole of hope, Yank says in the chat. So we got a lot of topics today. We're going to start with the 2019 Topps design. We're going to go over some design fails, Acuna versus Ohtani, some investment on some baseball players, and some greatest triple Bs. But we do have our 65-box Boom NFL. We were just talking about NFL. That's going down this Friday. There's already only 18 spots left, and for the first 15 that buy in, I think there's a couple of those left, they get a chance at winning a bonus spot in this break. I mean, it's insane. There's flawless, immaculate, autographed jerseys, encased, impeccable, old triple threads, 2009 triple threads, elements, gold standard, 2014 black gold. It's just going to be insane this Friday, guys. And a ridiculous skunk prize of a Brett Favre 2016 black gold sizable signature 3 of 5 prime. It's gorgeous. I'll show it on the feed throughout the day. So check that out. And after the show today, we got some certified football, and that stuff's been hot. And we have a special code for you guys to save 15%. Use code SHOW54. And that'll save you 15% off of any Pick Your Team break, so you can get on that certified or anything else that's Pick Your Team on the site. If you want to take advantage of a pre-sale and do it on Origins football, we have Origins on the site. So get your football on, and next show we'll be doing some more football preview with the players and stuff of early sales as well as we get into the second week of preseason. So exciting stuff. But 2019 Topps released the design. And I wanted to get your thoughts, guys. I want to get your thoughts in the chat. I want to get Dan and C-Rad's thoughts on this design because you got to remember this is going to be the design for Chrome. This is going to be designed for Series 2 updates, clearly authentic. So there's several sets that are based around this design. So I want to see what you guys think. I'll start with Dan. What do you think about the design? What do you like and what do you hate?
There's half a border. I like borders. I want borders on my flagship. So it's got
on your pirate ship?
They almost have it. It has a border on half the card. So half good. We almost got there. They could have done that border around the whole card. I'd have been like, all right, I'm into it. I know you're gonna hate on it. I could tell you're gonna hate on it.
I may have to flip
I could see the gleam in your eye. You just want to like. You kind of foreshadowed the show saying that you're going to be salty, and I'm expecting everything to be salty, so you're probably going to be salty about this. So I'm going to go down saying I sort of love it. I sort of love it.
You halfway love it. C-Rad, what are your initial thoughts, man? We're going to be seeing a lot of these cards next year.
I mean, man, I'm not coming from a traditional baseball card background, so for me, it looks fine. It looks fine to me.
It's half full bleed, half bleed.
Well, my problem with it is we've got a new generation of collectors. They're going to be like, I need to collect Judge Aaron. Last name Aaron. First name Judge. That guy, Judge Aaron. Like, I have a card of him, and his first name's Judge. His last name's Aaron. He may be related to Hank Aaron. I don't know. He could be related to Judge Reinhold from Beverly Hills Cop, but I don't know that as well. I mean, it's not in order there. I mean, I get what they're doing with the last name. So that's my biggest gripe there.
His name, he had the same first name as Judge Reinhold. Like he wouldn't take his last name. He'd take his first name.
Yes, exactly.
Or it could be just Judge.
Judge.
Like Bull.
Los Angeles Rams.
It's a double day.
Bets on Mookie. I mean, I know we're legalizing gambling here, so bet on Mookie. So I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I like the logo of the team. I know how they have that popping out in the corner there. I want to see them in person before I fully give you guys my opinion, which will obviously be in another year from now, or actually in February or whatever when it comes out. But my initial thought is I'm not a huge fan. But I got to see them in person. Mock-ups never serve a card justice. You guys listen to the podcast, go ahead and Google 2019 Topps, and they have the Aaron Judge Mookie Betts that they released as far as the design. And Bowman should be coming out soon, 2019 Bowman, so we'll have another design show on that.
Look at that. Action photos. I mean, look at that. Both those guys, good mechanics at the plate, head down.
You're like, great looking Topps logo. Great looking Topps logo on there.
Actually, the Topps logo could be a different color. Kind of blends into the background. Should do a little bit better with the marketing.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, those will probably have some foil on them. They can't probably.
So, what about the back of the card?
I don't know if they've released that. It might be next week.
No?
Yeah.
Blank back?
Blank backs. So, I mean, it's going to have stats and birth date and height and all that stuff that they probably normally do.
Twitter handle?
Chrome may pop better on these cards, so we'll see. We'll see when the Topps Chrome, designs and previews come out next year and on how that looks. But it kind of reminded me. I was thinking about Prism basketball. I know we're going to flip the script here on Prism basketball from baseball, but I wanted to go over some designs that I was looking to buy some silver prisms. That's been my new thing for basketball, is buying silver prisms as far as an investment. It's off season. It's a perfect time right now to buy them, stock up, wait for these guys to, explode or whatever, prospect. So I was going over some of the designs. I think it's in a couple slides here. There's after the code again, and then Prism basketball. So you've got this year's with the Jason Tatum. I'm a fan, 17, 18. You got Brandon Ingram, which is 16, 17. I'm cool with that one. You got 15, 16 with Kristaps there. Looks great. And then you go back to the earlier years of Prism. You have 13, 14 with Giannis. And you got 12, 13, which was the initial Prism release, first release of Prism basketball with the AD. And the one that's missing is, in my opinion, the ugliest design of Prism ever made, which is 14-15. I don't know who designed this, but they need to be fired. It's absolutely ugly compared to the rest of the cards. I mean, it's just like a gigantic basketball guy just like cut out, and it just like looks horrible. I'm like, I was going to buy an Embiid, but I'm like, I don't know if I can stare at that Embiid card. It looks stupid.
That's not the greatest photo of Wiggins.
Yeah, that looks like Tyrone Biggums from the Dave Chappelle show. Just put a little white on his lips. But and once again, you guys listen to the podcast, Google. I mean, it's like they went from just nice borders and silver cards to, I don't know what the hell they were thinking for that year.
Actually, I got to say, besides the 14-15, my least favorite is this year's, the 17-18.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like those, like the black border that they have on the side. Like in the middle of the card.
But you said you like borders on cards.
Yeah, it's not a full border.
Okay.
Like they just, it's like whoever designed it didn't finish designing it. They went halfway. I think the best one is the Kristaps year. I think that is the cleanest.
You like that one the best?
I think it's the cleanest design.
I almost Booker's from that year too. I was thinking about buying Booker's. Are going for about 4 to 5 as a silver. And I think.
But is it the design or the photo they used in 14-15 that you don't like?
I don't think the player needs to be that big on the card.
But the Giannis, he's kind of big too.
Yeah, but I think the way they cleaned it up with a smaller border. I mean, obviously this is opinion, and Jeff's like fired from one mistake seems excessive. Yes, they probably make a lot of mistakes and they don't get fired, but it's probably not an easy job to come up with new designs. But I don't know how that went through after having 12-13 and 13-14 be hits, and then that's what they decided. I think the writing too. It just doesn't seem like a classic card. Like Prism is like their flagship for basketball. It should be that classic design that doesn't really change much.
It's like Wiggins is like trying to hand you the ball.
Yeah, he is.
He's just trying to give you a dime here. He's like, go dunk it, bro.
Yeah, that is I don't know if players go over their photos, but if he had to approve of that photo, it must have been a lot worse than that. I don't know. I mean, even Embiid, it looks like, I don't know. And then they have those tricolor parallels that just look horrible with that. I don't even have a picture of that. They have those tricolor designs that just absolutely, to me, look horrible that year. And this is 14-15 Panini Prism. They had the jumbo version that year and the regular version as well. And you were also getting like different types of hits out of each one, which was another weird thing about it. But I wanted to go over some bad designs throughout the year. And first off, I wanted to go with Illusions Football, which is maybe not so bad as a design, but as an idea. You took Steve Young and you put Brian Hoyer on the same card.
I get it.
Which is a card fail.
I get it.
You took John...
Same player.
You took John Elway and you put Trevor Siemian on there.
Yep, uh-huh. Perfect.
Got it. Perfect pairing?
Yeah, got it.
You couldn't have put anybody else on the Broncos? I mean, I know it has to be the same position.
You could have put Tim Tebow. He loved...
And then there's 12-13 Elite Series, and we're laughing. Once again, visual. Sorry, podcast guys. Visual. 12-13 Class Masters inserts. Goes down in history. And I'm sorry. I hope this guy doesn't come and beat me up. But, just strictly for the show purposes, tattoos probably mean a lot to you. But for show purposes, the 12-13 Class Masters was like it was literally thrown together, insert-wise. So those are the first ones that come to mind for me. Yeah. So you can. I don't even Dade County. It says. I don't even know what else it says on his face. Maybe pen marks. I'm not sure. But
are those real tattoos?
I think so.
Nice.
I think so.
I like it.
So, yeah. And I put
is that all you got for design fails?
I think so. Yeah, I just and now I think I'm gonna barf on the 14-15 Prism. That's why I put that on there. Makeameme.org. Check it out. So I'm gonna get into Acuna versus Ohtani, and mainly from a card value perspective because Acuna's been blowing up. Batting 288 now. He's got 19 home runs, 81 strikeouts, but 43 RBIs. He's been doing good in these last couple games with
three leadoff homers.
Yeah.
So I think he's like one of the first guys to hit a leadoff homer in a doubleheader both games.
Wow. Yeah.
And then the next game he hit a leadoff homer.
So his cards are skyrocketing, and I wanted to compare him to Ohtani, which was the kind of the benchmark for this year's rookies. So you can see an Acuna out of Chrome sold for $500 redemption, and then you go to Ohtani, same sets, and it sold for $810. So my question to you guys is who are you investing in now? Are you guys still investing in Ohtani, or are you investing in Acuna? The Braves are 2 games up. So they're in the playoffs if the season ended today. The Angels are like 13 games back. Probably not. I mean, they're 61-60, but probably not going to make the playoffs. So are you going to pick? Are you going to pivot if you're an Ohtani guy? Are you going to pivot to Acuna? Chrome prices, first Bowman prices are about the same. You've got a 9.510 Acuna from 2017 Bowman Chrome for $875, and you have the Ohtani from this year's Bowman at $898. So very close. So who are you investing in? Is it time to switch over to Acuna? That's all I'm saying. What do you think?
Dude, remember that blue Acuna we had?
Yeah, I do remember. I don't know where it went.
Remember that?
Yeah, it's probably a couple $1,000.
I think that actually went into a buyback as an afterthought, and I think we valued it like $40 or $50.
I think so.
So somebody came up.
Came up.
It's probably a $2,000 card.
Easily. And then I wanted to pivot to this because I can't understand why this guy's stuff sells for cheap. So you got Miguel Andujar, and you look at Miguel Andujar's stat line. He's got more RBIs than Acuna. Granted, he has more at-bats, but he had 58 RBIs. He's got 18 home runs. He's batting .294. He's batting 5th in the lineup. I know Judge has been out and stuff like that, but he's batting 5th in the lineup. His Chrome, less than $60, tops Chrome, compared to, $200-300 on Ohtani and Acuna. And then you got his Bowman Chrome, which I know looks like he chicken scratched all over it, but it's going for $130. And the Yankees are in the wild card by they have a 3-game lead over the A's.
3.5.
So they're probably going to the playoff. Wouldn't you rather have a guy on the Yankees rather than the Braves?
I would say so.
So what is wrong? You guys need to tell me this. What is wrong with Andujar? Why does nobody want to pay his prices? Is he the third guy? Is that why? I know Soto's up in that mix too, but we're looking at more guys that are coming out of products this year. Why is Andujar cheap? I think he's 23, so he's still pretty young. I mean, played a couple years in the minors. So why is Yank says Andujar's OBP is bad and his defense is worse? Yeah, but I think we pay for. We pay for hitting, right? We pay for home runs, right? That's what drives the markets. So I don't know. Maybe that is. I don't know what the deal is.
And his first Bowman is on the team that he's performing on right now.
Correct.
So it's not like he was a Brewers prospect and it's a Brewers card, but he's on the Yankees now. It blows my mind. I think they're going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Good investment right now. He, does well in the playoffs, helps carry the team. I think there's a lot of guys on the Yankees that you can prospect right now, and it will be a good investment for the playoffs. I don't think he's the only one.
Right, but you think you compare to obviously Ohtani's probably not going to make the playoffs unless a miracle happens this month. Acuna might make the playoffs, but you could invest in this guy for a fraction. You could get 3 Andujars for the price of 1 Acuna. So to me, that seems like that's where if you were looking for an investment, so we all know these guys have one good postseason game and they're on TV. And the Yankees, that could be a $300 or $400 card after one game. He could hit 3 home runs in one game against the Red Sox or whoever, And, man, now everybody's buying Andujar. And for that matter, I don't know how long Judge is out. I haven't kept up on my Yankees news, but that might be a guy that's, depending on his price, invest in Judge because he's probably going to hit a couple home runs in the playoffs. And everybody's based on moments. When it starts coming down to one game, the cards start doubling and tripling based on one game at a time. So yeah, and you got Gleber. Gleber's not doing great. I think he's batting like 240 right now, but I think he still needs to develop a little bit more. But, yeah, and then Jeff says that Andujar may get traded. I don't know. So we'll see. But I thought it was interesting. So my pick, I think I'm going on eBay. I'm going to start buying some Andujar. I may try to get some breaks of Yankees to get some Andujar. And he seems like he's coming out more often than Acuna or Ohtani anyway for the Yankees. So as far as in breaks are concerned. So speaking of Chrome, we have Chrome today coming up right after the show. There's a few teams left. And you could use that code that I just mentioned, show54, save 15% on, and that's 50% off. And that's happening, like I said, right after the show. So get in on that. Maybe get the Yankees probably aren't available, but there's still some good teams available as well in Chrome.
I think your guy Tyler Wade got called up for the Angels.
Tyler Wade's a Yankee. You're thinking about somebody else.
No, Taylor Ward.
Oh, really?
Taylor Ward, yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Taylor Ward got called up for the Angels. And I think he had an RBI yesterday, killing it in the minors.
All right.
So that's another guy. And you called him like a couple years ago. I think we actually have some of his cards floating.
I think I have
a
gold auto somewhere of Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, he was hitting home runs at a good rate. That's why I was like, let's pick up a few of this guy's autos.
So yeah, he just got called up.
Baez probably wins the MVP at this rate. Yeah, I mean, they're talking about Matt Carpenter or Scherzer too, though. So we'll see. Yank in the chat. I would probably give it to Baez. Yeah, he is. He's got that swagger. I mean, he's got more personality than the other guys that we mentioned. I would probably give it to him. And so, yeah. Well, I wanted to get into Leaf Greatest Hits basketball, which is a buyback product. You get 4 or more buyback cards plus 1 Leaf original basketball autograph card. I fixed the box for him. I went ahead and we're going to run this by Brian Gray, see if he'll print it out on the remaining run. So there it goes. It's a triple B edition. Greatest Hits basketball as well. You should cross branding. You probably could have got LeVar to pay some money on it. You know what I'm saying? And get stuff in there. So if you don't know, if you haven't busted this stuff, you haven't watched our breaks, go ahead and watch a couple videos. So it is an extra hit, usually. But all the Ball brothers, LaMelo, LiAngelo, and then Daddy Ball are in almost every case, which is crazy to me that you call a product Greatest Hits and you got guys that are playing in Lithuania in your product. I don't know. I know they haven't signed, and that's probably the draw. Is this is going to be the first card of them? But my opinion, put it in Valiant like you have it. Put it in something else. I know you don't. It's hard to make basketball products because you can't license any of the players. But maybe even leave Valiant Football as an extra hit or something like that. I'd rather have a base card like prior years than to have a family that's kind of been the most hated around the hobby in a product that's called Greatest. Thoughts?
Well, I did a case, and I pulled a Lonzo buyback the card. It was one of the hits. A LeVar, LaMelo.
We'll stay on that slide here for now.
There was I got all 4 of them in one case. Now there's only 8 cards in a case, so if you're doing a group break, granted, I know the Lakers are the easiest team to buy for, but there was also a case where we got like a Magic Johnson, a Lonzo Ball,
and a Kareem or something.
And a Kareem. Now, Brian, I get it. He can't be concerned with how the product is going to be ripped or how it's going to be consumed. But
I think he got to, though.
But he knows that a significant chunk of the production run is going to be done in group break form, and they're going to be done random team style. You can't have 8 cards as a hit and have almost half of them be one team. I mean, we had to throw in a $140 box into the break, because there was, out of 8 cards, there was like 3 or 4 teams that got hits. You got to do better. You got to do better than that.
There's been multiple. It wasn't with just one case.
You got to know how your product is going to be digested into the market.
Mm-hmm. You got to think that probably 70 to 80% of these cases are digested in group break form. So you got to cater to that market because it's a $700 retail box. So I don't know how many people are going into shops. I mean, we do have some people that bought some personals and did well. But for the most part, that's not the market for that product. The product is either a hit random or a group break style. And you got to be mindful of putting in more than one card of each team if there's only going to be 8 hits. Now, if there's 30 hits, whatever. Put in 2 or 3 of
But
one
you
team.
also got to expect that these are being hand-packed.
Right. Oh, they have to be.
They
right?
have to be. Like, somebody has to be hand-packing these. So, is that a part of it? Is like, hey, this is going to be a group break. I'm going to make it stacked for one team? Because we also pulled, there was a case where I had multiple Magic hits.
Yeah, Magic. Last case, the one on Monday, we had 2 Orlando Magics, Shaq. We had 2 Celtics and 2 Lakers.
Yeah.
So right there, you had 3 teams that hit, and the rest, nothing. Or a chance at LaMelo or Lonzo, or LaMelo or LiAngelo, which LaMelo is selling for $8, and LiAngelo is selling for about $15 to $20, and LeVar here is selling for around $20 to $30. I mean,
He's $20 to $30. It used to be $300 to $400 when they first came out.
And LeVar counts as a hit in most cases.
Yeah.
The other 2 guys don't. So I wanted to go over these obnoxious inscriptions. I know we complain, so this is kind of going to be like we're going against what we normally do, is that nobody puts good inscriptions on cards. These ones are obnoxious. I mean, it's just like, it's crazy. I mean, it speaks to LeVar's personality, so I'm not surprised. But I'll read them to the people that listen to podcasts. You can see it on the screen here on the show on YouTube. Chris Carter, you softer than a wet Q-tip is one. You can go to the next one. Never lost. And somehow somebody got that one graded. 9.5. Never lost.
Why is it a silver?
Because I don't know. They're only in. Those aren't the ones that he sold. Those are the ones that are in the greatest hits, I believe. And then
it's just the lighting. I thought it was a silver label, but it's actually gold.
Oh, it's gold. Yeah. And then I got a few more here. Can't win no championship with 3 white guys.
Uh-oh.
Just saying, if I wrote something like that, I'll leave that one up to you guys.
What is that? What's that? What's that have to do with? Is that UCLA?
Yes.
Okay. So he's talking about TJ Leaf.
Yeah.
Some other dudes.
I don't remember the other guys' names, but yeah. And then next, I think I have a few more here. You can't read that one, but it says Lonzo is better than Curry, which is just absolutely untrue at this point. It's absolutely a lie. And then I think the last one is NCAA ain't going to tell me shit because they're not my boss. Well, your kids just don't have an education now because you pulled them out. But, hey, other than that, they're not your boss. I get it. But you had to go to Lithuania to play basketball.
Who graded that card?
I don't know. Beckett?
Oh, I know they graded it, but who sent that in? Who spent $25 to get that graded?
No, some of the LeVars in the Leaf are graded in the box.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe he 9.5s only. So I was inspired. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to write some outlandish stuff. I'm going to make my own cards. Probably going to go in Doug's Duels as box toppers. So my first one was I can bench press an F-150 truck. I can do it. I'm strong. I'm strong-minded. I can do it. Put my mind to anything.
Mojo descriptions.
And then my next one was I can beat LeBron, Jordan, Curry at a 3-on-1. Because I'm good in basketball. Never played in the league or anything. I only shoot by myself, but I can beat him. LeBron. I'm better than Serena at tennis. And then my last one, which could be very true after last year's season, is I could play quarterback for the Raiders.
Oh, God.
I have the same initials, so I might be able to fit right in there. So those are coming to Doug's Duels buyback, which I keep pushing it back. I mean, I'm trying to figure out my subject list of duels. It's, if you've watched prior podcasts, I'm gonna pair one really good guy with one really crappy guy. So I'm gonna have like an Ohtani Michael Agnew duel. You're never gonna be able to fight anywhere else. So, and they're gonna be cut autos. They're gonna be cut autos from cards, and these are gonna be the box toppers. So I'm still working on. They're all gonna be individually numbered 101. So these are prior to the production run here, but. I did want to give credit to Leaf. I know we just bashed the greatest hits product, but Leaf does make the best buyback products, bar none, for a long period of time. They've been doing it since we started breaking. Obviously, this was just a opinion and a criticism of Leaf, but Leaf does the best job. I actually want to break a Pop Century box right now in honor of we did it last year too. So I want to show you guys what we got. We got a Pop Century case breaking tomorrow. You won't find any LeVar, Lonzo, LaMelo, or LiAngelo in here.
Whoa!
Though. So at least that I think.
You sure?
I'm not sure, but You're not gonna get sound, but somebody can comment on these hits.
And Doug's out of here. He's you got to stand up for this, huh?
I do.
Oh, look at that.
So you do the play-by-play.
And Doug's taking off oh, he goes to the left, goes to the right, and the box is open.
Prop Century.
Prop Century.
Galifianakis and Bradley Cooper.
Oh, from The Hangover. Hangover.
Not numbered.
Galifianakis and Bradley Cooper.
We got a Karen Parsons.
Karen Parsons.
Tatiana Ali.
Tatiana Ali from Fresh Prince, right?
Yeah, my camera went away for some reason.
Hold on. My bad.
I'm assuming that the top person as well, also from the Fresh Prince? Is that the older sister?
Yes.
Oh, that's tight, dude.
Yeah, okay.
And that's
I can't even see it. I'm just guessing. Educated guess. All right, what's next? What's next? What do we got?
That's actually a tight duel.
Hal Linden.
Hal the Great. Hal Linden. What is
71 Tony Award winner.
that's
2 out of 20. Anybody know what Hal trivia of the day? Where's Hal Linden? What does he do? I don't know.
he signs for Leaf Pop Century.
Ooh, yes. Randy Quaid, baby.
Is that a good one?
Look at his auto.
Dude.
Randy 9.
Oh man.
Did he write with his other hand?
That's yeah, dude. What?
My boy Randy.
That's 4 to 7.
Nice.
He'll sell his first time signer, so first time signer.
The Tatiana duel is tight,
Based
dude.
on his auto, it looks like that was the first time he's ever signed his name.
Oh, he's Barney Miller. So that was it. So yeah, Pop Century is breaking tomorrow. We're doing a hit random, so you get I think it's $66 a spot, and you get 2 cards out of a case, which is the case will have 48 cards, so 24 spots in the break. So yeah, lots of fun stuff in there. There's Val Kilmer, Ben Affleck. There's cut autos of like Gene Simmons and I think Ivanka Trump or something crazy like that. So, but back to Doug's duels. I wanted to go over some just really ugliness from Super Break. And
Wow, like you're bringing it all out, aren't you?
I just, I've been meaning to bring this. Like, this product's been out for a while, and I just don't understand the concept of the product. I don't know why people break the product. Basically, the Super Memorabilia product, from what I could tell, was just, let's take an old card and let's buy a jersey and let's make our own cards. And this makes the 14-15 Prism design, this looks like it was done on, Windows 95, with the word art. I mean, I just, that's all I'm saying. Once again, visual. But basically what they did was they took a card that was licensed, they bought it back, and then they bought a jersey and fit it in there. And this is probably one of the better examples. This is actually a good card compared to some of the rest. You want to go through some of this stuff.
Still ugly as hell, though.
Dude, it's bad. And I just, yeah. So Chris Bryant's, it's a little framed, it's a cut autograph of Chris Bryant from somewhere and an Inception card. And then you got the Frank Thomas 90 tops, I think that is. Or no, score, sorry.
Score.
And a bat piece in there. Like I said, looks like word art. I mean, it looks like my stuff. And if I was to make a product, but I would never make a product because I don't have the talent to design a product. But apparently somebody at Super Break thought they could.
It's got borders. So
Dan likes it. It's got borders. Cards with borders. And there's just some other examples. I just kind of a buyer beware for you guys. I mean, that one I just don't get it at all. It's Joey Gallo, Topps Tier 1 card.
Yo,
how
this
is
stuff is trash.
But how is Topps okay with that? I mean, you're just straight taking one of their cards, getting a glue stick, putting some glue on the bottom of it, throwing it on a piece of cardboard.
I don't know. That's a double jersey 101 though, dude. Or double memorabilia 101. You got a memorabilia in the card, and then you have a.
Where's the 101 stamp?
I don't know. Well, it's
because I see I think the card's numbered to 99.
I don't know if it's 1 of 1, but
the card's numbered to 99.
Yeah. No, like I said,
Are you messing with me right now?
What do you mean?
Is that real?
That's real, dude.
Is that a real? Is that
Dan's flipping over to the other side now.
No, is this a segment? You're just messing around, right?
No, these are real. And then this is a Kirby Puckett shoe that sold for $50.
Is that an 89 Donruss?
That is an 89 Donruss. They real short printed cards. They didn't make a whole lot then.
And then that is a...
it's a piece of cleat, I think, or a cardboard.
It looks like it's coming. It looks like they need more glue. Does it come with the glue gun?
These aren't even parody cards, guys. This is real. Somebody made a product like this.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'm over modulated.
You know
here.
what you should do is you should bring in a case of this. Let's get you should
like a free break. You mean?
Yeah,
or?
you should. We should be opening up this right now.
I think they sold it out somehow. I mean,
well,
we're just trying to inform you guys of some of these things that because Super Break, we used to break their product and they did strictly buybacks, but at some point they jumped into doing stuff like this, which I just don't get as a collector. I don't know why anybody would want something like this. And hey, it's not for everybody. You know, obviously it's not for me, as I'm saying. Maybe somebody would like this in their house somewhere, you know, on their in their man cave or something. Maybe somebody would enjoy this. So there is a small segment of the market that does like this stuff. But I'm just saying, I mean, and the stuff is authenticated from, you know, major authentication companies, but it seems like you could, you know, crank out this in a couple minutes, really. I mean, like Dan said, with a glue stick. I mean, you know, it's
my only issue is that there's a giant window in this specific card we're looking at, the hardcore patches. Look at that window for the relic.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the relic.
Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't even cut out right. I mean, it looks like that's how I would make a product. I mean, but I would make it as a laugh. Like I did with my inscriptions. I would make it as a laugh for you guys.
You think this is funny?
So I'm just saying, you know,
Super
Break has been in the business for, you know, 7-8+ years now. There's got to be somebody out there that can maybe design something for you. That's all I'm saying.
Please stop making these cards.
Just stick to buybacks, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's just. I know you probably paid a lot for a James Harden jersey, but I think this sold for like $11.
Did it?
It's something like that, because the Magic Johnson I think is coming up in the next screen, which wasn't from this set. It was from an earlier set. I mean, it's a Super Souvenirs Magic Johnson, $11. So, and I don't know if the middle photo is Magic or it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, it looks a lot taller than Magic looks. It looks like they stretched it out to fit it on the cart. I don't know. And a stock flaming basketball logo from Word Art on there as well. All I'm saying is you know, there's got to be some. There's a lot of people in California that are graphic designers. A lot of freelance guys. You can go on Fiverr.com, and they have guys that'll freelance art projects and stuff for, you know, little money, really. So, and I know you have to work your way around the license with original drawings and stuff like that. So maybe you couldn't, you know, make, you know, all that legal mumbo jumbo.
we're gonna have a 5 case of this listed next week.
5 case?
5 case break of it.
It'll be $3 a spot.
This is an interesting marketing tactic from Doug, because now everybody wants to see it, right? I want to see it.
I don't know if there's.
I want some.
Nah.
Maybe we should just buy a case and just do it on the show.
Yeah,
The Blowout might have a case.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for the show. I mean, next week we're going to we'll preview some football rookies. We'll talk about the up-and-coming guys. My first piece of advice is if you're holding on to any Saquon Barkley cards right now, I would sell. That's all I'm saying. His value is incredibly high right now. So if you have any Saquon Barkley early releases like Elite, they're exploding. So I would definitely sell now while the market's way up on them, because you compare them to running backs like Le'Veon Bell, Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara. All those guys don't sell for anything, and those are some of the top running backs in the league. So I want to talk a little bit more about that next week. So a little teaser. And we'll also we'll have 2 preseason games under our belt wheel to talk about rookies and investing in rookies and things like that next week for football. Now that football is getting closer, we're all hyped up. Got people at Starbucks that are all excited about football preseason. So
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders, go Niners, boo Rams. And, so we're going to be back in here with a case of Chrome at 3 o'clock. So we got about 10 minutes. Finish the show early.
I know we ran out of stuff. Weren't you talking about? We're going to talk about fantasy a little bit. Or are we going to wait until next week?
Well, we guys going to make that wager. We'll do that on the air right now. That I bet Dan this morning that Jimmy Garoppolo will have more overall fantasy points, standard scoring, than Tom Brady. So that's my prediction. My bold prediction. It could be a homer prediction.
May not even have as many points as Nick Mullins. We don't know.
So that is my bold prediction for the year. Or we could go by QBR rating if you want to be like that. I have a higher QBR rating than Tom Brady. But we'll do fantasy stats.
All right.
So, all right, guys. So we will be back on the air in about 10 minutes. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be busting some chrome. So get your teams in. We've got a lot of stuff going down today. Certified football, Immaculate Baseball, TriStar Signature Series, full slate of breaks all throughout the night. So even if you're at work now and you're going home, we'll probably still be live by the time you get home. So jump on the feed and chat with us and break some cards. And we'll see you guys next week. And thanks for tuning into The Hype.
Thanks for watching this episode. Visit mojobreak.com for more info and your break spot. And we will see you next time on